This is 105.9 FM, The Radiator. You are listening to Rocket Shop. I'm Sophie, and here with me tonight are the Hokum brothers. This show is brought to you in part by New England Imported Rug Gallery, Vermont's largest source of authentic hand-knitted Oriental carpets from across the globe. Family owned and operated for 30 years, located on Shelburne Road in South Burlington. Visit neimportedrugs.com. And here are the Hokum brothers.
A survey to flee and disrupt the dog's back. Tick like a train on a railroad track. We share the same name, Lord, I keep thank our mother. All the secret will, the Hokum brothers. We grew up together in a Hokum family, like birds of a feather, and we friends meant to be. And to all our loyal fans, music lovers, everybody yours, the Hokum brothers.
Great, thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. We're excited to have you. So I'd love to have just a quick introduction for everyone who cannot see you if you're listening in. Who do we have here with us tonight?
Would anyone like to speak first?
I'm Uncle Al Hokum.
Hi, Uncle Al.
I'm Stick Hokum.
And I'm Cousin Gus Hokum.
Great to meet you guys.
We're trying to find our brother.
Did we lose him?
Yes.
They're all scattered everywhere.
See.
But I'm from Richmond, Virginia, as
All
far
right.
as you know. Excuse me.
I'm from outside of Richmond, Virginia.
And Gus is from out of town.
Yes.
So how did you guys all meet each other?
Nursery school. No, we met in Burlington, our fair city, in the music
Yes,
industry.
at a book club.
Mhm.
We were all reading books. It was fun.
But since the teleprompter's broken, we're trying to ad-lib now, and we're not doing very well. But keep the questions going, please.
Yeah, for sure. So you guys all seem to have a long history with music.
Well, when you're our age.
You guys have done all sorts of different things. So how did all of that kind of come together to form what the Hokum Brothers is today?
Excellent question. Our music is all over the place. It's eclectic, and our tagline is actually all things to all people. So we play a lot of different genres, going back to some 30s and even 20s stuff, and then we do some rockabilly stuff from the 50s, and heavy on the covers that we do are the sort of British invasion stuff from the 60s would be a big influence.
I like the way you excused yourself when you said doo-doo.
Well,
Because it's a family show.
As far
And you
as we know.
thought doo-doo might,
Well,
Yeah.
I believe in civility
that's very good.
and good manners.
That's good.
Yes.
We should play that later.
We can if we're still plugged in.
So the kind of sound you guys have, it's sort of like a Americana sound. Is that what you've always played, or have you're saying you go a lot of different directions?
I think it's all based in Americana. I think we call it dysfunctional Americana.
Post-Americana.
Dysfunctional post-Americana.
Dysfunctional post-Americana. That's a
it.
good genre.
That's who we are.
Great. And your songs are like really fun. And I was talking about the Festival of Fools song with you guys. Do you have a background in comedy as well? I'd love to hear some about that.
Well, we don't try to be funny, but often funny things happen to us.
We respond. We're first responders, actually.
We do respond well. Gus had a run in his stocking this evening, right before we went on.
And we pulled it together.
But here I am. Yes.
The show must
We
go on.
pulled it together. We borrowed some nail polish, and look at him. He's clean as a whistle.
Every bit 23 years old.
Yeah, we can lie.
What?
We can.
Maybe
can
you-
fit.
No. Not me, my friend.
Well, you're on
We
radio,
could
so we
lie.
can be
What has
23.
happened to us?
We can
Humanity.
fit. Well,
Not I. Not I.
yes. How old are you, Wood?
Let's do another song.
All right, what are you going to play
Do you
for us?
have? Could you turn the air conditioning on?
I wish I could.
No, that's the name of the song.
Okay. Vaudeville it is.
Well, this is a little song. This is actually tracing our roots back. My grandmother was a dancer in vaudeville, which was big in the U.S. It was our national pastime, actually, from about 1880 to 1930. For 50 years, it was the thing to do. So this is a song about that, because everything's derived from that in our country's, certainly in the comedy music hall scene.
And it's written by Stick, Hokum.
Mediterranean, old Edwin.
Wow,
You know I'm never gonna see them again.
wow, wow,
They had a big spot over the hill.
wow,
A little thing they call vaudeville.
wow,
Buster Keaton and Charlie McCarthy.
wow,
Harold Lloyd and Laurel and Hardy.
wow, wow,
They all started on the vaudeville stage.
wow,
A time remembered as the golden age. It couldn't happen at a good time. The sun's gonna come out, the stars are gonna shine. I think those stars above, because I've got vaudeville in my blood.
oh yeah,
Charlie Chaplin played a little tramp.
wow,
Big old shoes and a baggy pants.
wow, wow,
Bill Bojangles danced the old soft shoe.
wow,
And W.C. did his tricks for you. It couldn't happen at a better time. The sun's gonna come out, the stars are gonna shine. I thank those stars above, because I've got vaudeville in my blood. Buster Keaton and Charlie McCarthy, Harold Lloyd got vaudeville in my blood. Rudy Valley was a crooner to vaudeville. Adobe Odo, Adobe Odo. Gracie Allen used to turn the friends and say, the vaudeville days is the golden days, a time from when but I heard about God is coming back again. Jimmy Durante and old Edwin, you know we're never gonna see them again. They had a Venus hide over the hill, a little thing they call vaudeville. It couldn't have happened at a time. The sun's gonna come out, the stars are gonna shine. I thank those stars above, 'cause I've got vaudeville in my blood. Oh yeah, I've got vaudeville in my blood. Oh yeah, I do. I've got vaudeville in my blood.
Next question.
Well, at least we all finished together.
We did.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh.
That was great.
Thank you.
So as we can all hear, your songs are definitely a fun time. You guys have some like satirical elements going on. But I kind of would be curious, like who writes the lyrics for you? Is it kind of a joint effort? Is one of you more the lyricist of the group?
Does Sondheim ring a bell with you?
Woody writes them all,
Woody writes
also
them all?
known as Stick.
Chick.
But then we respond and give him really valid feedback.
Oh, they're always there for therapy.
It's like a brainstorming session, valid feedback. That's us.
So Woody, where do you find all your inspiration?
Mostly with alcohol. No, I'm kidding. I don't even drink.
Weed.
Just everyday life, you know, the ups and downs and the you know, just kind of you write about what happens. I do anyway, or try to.
For example, this next song.
This next song is called "Studio Too Hot."
No,
No, next song.
this next song is about.
I need water bad with
Here, your water's right
production
here.
assistant, please.
Here's your water.
Oh.
There's this next song is about us being on the road. Because when you're on the road,
Yep.
you gotta eat road food.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Well, yeah.
Eating on the road.
Everyone in Vermont, not everyone, but a lot of people take part in the farm to table movement and farm to plate. And this is a song we thought we'd chime in because we believe in it too. This is a
Road to Plate.
Road to plate.
Yep,
song.
road
All
to
right,
plate.
let's hear it.
I'm just a man with an average IQ. I do pretty much what I'm told to do. I work all day, come home at night. I got a man-sized appetite. I search my trailer for something to eat, and it don't really matter as long as it's me. I find a bucket of chicken with nothing left to go. Give me the phone now. I call the boys at the KFC. It's too late for delivery. I'm in my truck to find me a meal. The critter jumps right under my wheel. I stand still, and sweat. So I drag the critter home to get myself fed. I got my can of beer. I roll a nut spread on the grill. Muskrat rib tastes like chicken. Porcupine quill tastes like chicken. Fresh roadkill tastes like chicken. Everything tastes like chicken.
I was pleased by the way that I felt. My belly was full of blues and my bill. Pleased me so I drank another beer. I can go hunting Riverdale. Yeah, I didn't want sense to save a dollar. The boys at the plant were all very holler. Even though the bus keeps on the road, the rattlesnake high
Tastes like chicken,
real no fry.
tastes like chicken,
Cane skin pie with it
tastes like chicken, everything tastes like chicken.
Ow.
Everything tastes like chicken. Thank you, South Burlington!
Giants.
Well, I thought there was a big crowd here, so.
Thank you.
You know, there probably is.
Actually, this isn't South Burlington, it's the South
No,
End.
yeah.
right?
Just Burlington, no South Burlington. But
Oh, well.
so,
Yeah, some more
I
good
hear you
time.
guys have some performances coming up for anyone who might want to check you out.
Actually, this is it. This is the only thing we have for about the next 18 months.
We put everything into it. Oh.
This is your peak.
We're like Boy Scouts. No, we have next Friday, a week from tomorrow, it's Friday, I'm sorry, a week from Friday, June the 8th at Loonings from 5 to 8
PM.
p.m.
It'll be a lovely evening out, we're hoping.
And that's for Jazz Fest?
Yes.
Sweet.
And the mayor has designated Friday evening at Loonings as cat night. Everyone's supposed to bring their cats to Church Street, on a leash though.
Perfect.
Yes.
I'll be sure to spread the word.
Spread the word.
I thought you were gonna say he declared it Hokum Brothers
Yeah,
Day.
whatever, it doesn't matter. The mayor's not listening. I just made all that up.
Well, we should thank the
How are you tonight? Alan's been in the United Arab Emirates for how long?
Too long.
Too long. He just got back and he's jet lagged. And that's
I'm
why.
so jet lagged.
That and his medication is why he's saying these crazy things, right?
When did you get that?
He's normally not like this.
No, I'm not.
Usually he's wearing a toupee.
But listen,
Don't talk adult.
shouldn't we
You know,
thank everyone here for being here?
like, sure.
Yes.
Let's thank them.
Thank you all.
And
You're
in
welcome.
doing so,
Yes.
we're showing our
Good manners.
good
And
man.
thank everyone listening on the radio. They're
Yes,
still
thank them
tuned
too.
in.
All right.
Good.
That wasn't rude.
Another song?
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much for suggesting it.
Good manners count for something.
Be polite with strangers on the street.
On the street
Cheerful with people that you meet.
that you meet,
Greet your neighbor with a smile.
Thank
You
you.
are
Thank you.
such a pleasure to be with.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So one more time again, they'll be playing at Lunig's during Jazz Fest on June 8th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Bring your cat on a leash.
No, you don't have to. They'll still serve you.
All right,
Cats will be provided, extra cats will
extra
be
cats are
provided.
provided. Great, good to
These
know.
It's
Perfect.
for anyone who's.
So Sarah, can we ask you a question?
You can. It's Sophie.
How are you doing?
Wait a minute, it's Sophie.
Oh,
It's Sophie, but that's what
where did Sophie go?
This Sophie is back there.
She's
Oh,
Sarah,
she's
she
always
looks
been there.
just like Sarah.
well, Sarah's behind you.
Oh,
As far as you know.
Sophie,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. I'll forgive you.
And tell me, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking what good manners you have.
Well, I like to have good manners, especially after singing a song. But
I'm getting your name wrong. I'm getting your name.
Aren't you the same gentleman that paid me that compliment in the men's room?
yes,
Oh, yes.
I am.
And now I re-recognize you.
Yes, I am.
Sophie, do you find it cold in here as well?
Yeah, I could definitely use like a sweater. It's
Yeah.
a little chilly.
I
You know what we should do?
I'll provide hot chocolate next
We
time.
could play a dance song.
No, come on then. What is it? What's this?
It's about Champ. What was Champ before he was Champ?
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know
We
this.
got
but-
time for about one more song.
Oh, we got okay, no problem.
All right, you want to finish it off with this?
Sure.
Yeah, this is a song dedicated to what we strongly feel should be the state reptile. We've got a petition going to Governor Scott. Scott or Scott's? Nah, just kidding, I know.
Governor Sophie.
Could be Sophie. Yeah, it started long ago in the jungle of the Amazon. A great big snake related to the mighty python. Thick and wide, she measures over 20 feet long. She moves, she grooves, she dances to the jungle song. Yeah, she moves, she grooves, she dances to the jungle beat. She moving close, you know you better start to move your feet. She grab a hold, she gonna squeeze it all night long. You'll be moving, you'll be grooving, you'll be dancing to the jungle song. Everybody now, let's all dance. We ain't gonna, there's no time to wait. Let's all dance. The anaconda, it's the latest dance craze. Rock on all night long. Yeah, it started long ago in the jungles of the Amazon. A great big snake related to the mighty python. Thick and wide and she measures over 20 feet long. She moves, she grooves, she dances to the jungle song. Yeah, she moves, she grooves, she dances to the jungle beat. She moving close, you know you better start to move your feet. She grab a hold, she gonna squeeze you all night long. You've been moving.
jungle song. Everybody now, let's all dance. We in the jungle, there's no time to waste. Let's all dance. We in the jungle, till the beat is dance great. 1, 2, 3, 4, let's all dance. We in the jungle, there's no time to waste. Let's all dance. We in the jungle, it's the latest dance craze.
Well, thank you.
Best band I ever heard in my life. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, and we will be back in 5 minutes with the Deep River Saints. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie, not Sarah.
Thank you, Sophie
You're
and
welcome.
Sarah, wherever you are. I'm gonna spend more time researching.
That's definitely it.
What do you
I'll
think?
have
The
some,
cold one would work right
Oh,
now.
jeez.
Anaconda being Vermont's reptile.
If only I still drank.
Someone's calling us. Why do they always call?
And there's another band.
2 more.
No, 5 minutes.
Do you want to pick up?
You can say WOMMLP.
We were on early because it's like we're old and it's like the early meal.
WOMMLP.
Bedtime.
That sounded great. Those
Thank you.
harmonies are fantastic.
Thank you. I do them all, actually.
Yeah.
I lip sync.
Yeah, it should be
I
on.
didn't
We're
see
just
their
on break right now.
lips moving, so
Yeah, yeah.
as far as I'm concerned.
Metamorph is playing tonight.
No,
They're
we're
gonna be
gonna
on
leave.
blast.
I'll put this in.
Oh,
It's
do
probably
you
gonna
mind
be around
turning off that amp real quick?
8:45.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah, there we go. This guitar's been through some shit,
It's
hasn't
a
it?
very old guitar.
Yeah, it has been this. I don't know too many
Yes, that's
people.
some nice solos there, Bubba. Thank you.
Great. No, that's great feedback. We will try to put it down a little bit then.
Why not?
Stage manager.
Who's hanging?
All right. Anything else?
Who's hanging?
Thank you so much. He said that was fun. I haven't used like a landline phone in like 75 years.
Did he say it was?
Said it was too loud and it sounded like a little distorted.
That's a cool scene.
I'll bring this down here.
Didn't sound loud
Whoa!
on the headphones.
I know. So one thing I did, I brought down this level here,
Just the main level.
the main stereo, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can turn on the, Holland, can you do me a favor? On the radio in, just behind here.
Is there any way that it could have? Does it get amplified again before it reaches the?
It could have been hot output that you weren't, which is different than your phone.
Which is different than my phone.
Different than the phones, headphones.
Oh,
So I brought this down right here, just now.
yeah. No, I'm just wondering if like the input gain to the receiver is like, are they set properly?
Is the radio on, turned on? And you can just turn it up if it is. Mhm. Just so we can make sure we can hear it. We can crank it. Doesn't sound distorted. Does not sound distorted to me.
Stand as low as you stand.
No, just listen here.
Now you can turn it down. Does it sound okay?
Yeah, I got it in the okay.
Okay, yeah.
Is that the only
Because
thing you
the
brought
person
in?
on the phone was saying it sounded distorted.
With this and this.
No, when they were
Those were your symbols
on the
that you
radio.
got?
Yep.
I think it's fine.
I don't know where I put the other ones.
That's okay.
Sometimes people forget that.
Yeah, maybe.
And the other thing that happens to us too is we don't have a big reach, so if someone.
Oh, for
Yeah,
I mean, they're kind of not getting great signal over
driving up North Ave and losing a little bit maybe.
Yeah, or me driving down Shelby Road going home.
Yeah.
Did you say North Hatley?
North Ave.
Oh.
I think they'll lose it by.
Okay.
Hey, thanks a bunch.
Hey, thank you.
Sorry about the name.
Oh, no, that's okay. No offense
You're
taken.
supposed to say you get it all the time.
I could.
No.
It's okay. I am also very terrible with names. Ask.
Something like that.
Well, I was only introduced to you once.
No, that's. You should ask Jake if
around
he's
with,
around.
like, name
Because I
tags
called
on
him
it.
by
Just
the
make
wrong
things
name for
easier.
a bit.
Okay, thanks again.
Nice to meet you.
No, my people.
So I'll go
Are you gonna do a guitar mic too?
this one.
Yeah, is that the right? I was like dubious as to whether.
It's this one right here. Looks like number 4 to me.
Excellent, okay.
I think. Pull,
Yeah.
pull that tight. On this it
Yeah,
says
it
mic
is.
4. Does it say mic
Yeah,
4?
yeah.
Yep.
That's excellent.
So you can. Do you want to move a little closer so you can see her a little better?
Yeah.
And not look through this thing.
Yeah, where do you want me to?
Right over where I am, and I'll do my magic act of getting back out.
Being able to actually see him. I felt like I was just like talking.
Just see if you can. Let's
It just let me off the screen.
I'm Bob.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Ian's been doing the sound here. Do a quick check.
Yeah, I'll do a quick mic check for you. Do you? Yeah, that'll pick you up. Yeah, do you have a preference in which way you face or anything? You'll just sing right out. This is pointed towards your mouth, so it
Yeah.
shouldn't be a big issue.
I
But
don't usually move around a whole lot.
okay, cool. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, do you want to just sing a quick tune and I'll check the
Sure.
check the levels and stuff?
Always good for a quick warm up, anyways, right?
We're leaning on a wall, waiting for the suddenness, lights of Montreal. Everyone is whispering, I know not what they say.
You want me to do like a full one or?
No, that was pretty good.
That's
Can
good.
you just sing and play a little bit more?
Yep.
I just want to adjust the two levels to themselves.
Please spare me all the calls, turn around the cars, lights of Montreal, sounding our apologies until we all agree.
Actually, I'm not going to bother with that because it'll be annoying to turn it off and on, like while he's talking. All right, now you sound good.
Okay, I'm gonna get out from behind here.
Patrick, do you have anything specific you are trying to promote?
Not in particular
Cool.
at the moment. Just the album, I guess.
Sweet.
That the new album, yeah, For Posterity is kind of what we're
Talking
been up
about?
to. Yep.
That's this one right here.
Good.
And we're gonna play. Which one do you want to play off of that?
I forget the track number, but the song is City of Fountains.
Okay.
Play that one.
And we'll get there.
So we're doing all live and then just one.
We're doing 2 live and 1 off of this. So
Two live,
I think we're going to start with a live one, do some talking, play off of here. So that will bring the automation back up and make sure this is off here. And then City of Fountains right here, so we can just be able to hit play here. Sound good? The only problem I have once in a while is just mega cycle. Kick it off and then just gotta make sure it's actually off. Sweet. Other than that,
All right. You good?
I'm good.
All right.
Just we're gonna use these two mics.
Cool.
yeah, the 3 that, basically the 3 that are lit on your side.
This is WOMMLP streaming out of Burlington, 105.9 FM, The Radiator. You're listening to Rocket Shop. I'm Sophie, and with me here tonight, I have Patrick from Deep River Saints. This show is brought to you in part by Computers for Change, buying, selling, and repairing Mac and PC laptops on College Street in Burlington, Vermont. Computers for Change donates computers to local organizations in need through its computer grant program. Visit computersforchange.com. Hey Patrick, how are you tonight?
Doing very well. Happy to be on Rocket Shop for what I think is the 4th time. I've been in
Wow.
3 different locations with Rocket Shop.
Wow,
and-
you've
yeah.
been around more than I have then.
Yeah.
Last I heard you were here in 2015, I think?
That sounds right. I guess that would have been over at Burlington College.
On Burlington College,
RIP.
Yep, that makes sense. So, Deep River Saints is your band, and you're just you for the evening?
Just me for the evening. Deep River Saints is pretty adaptable at this point. I mean, our typical setup is like 5 people. But we can also play acoustic and like a trio, or as you see, it can just be me trying to represent Deep River Saints best I can.
Great, well let's start things off by hearing a song, hear what you're about, if that sounds good to you.
Yeah, so this is one of the songs off the new album. This is called Our Lean Years.
Smaller than it seemed, a stack of dirty magazines locked in a car behind our house. It's all we had to live without our lean years. Our fear was cornered and contained. Dyed our hair and changed our names. Threw glances at the riverbed, made fun of how we could pretend our game was up. Don't say it didn't mean a thing. We passed out cold and woke up mean. Our state of calm begins to crack. You'll be the first, I'll be the last to leave. I heard you moved to Tennessee, picked up to find yourself a scene. I'm living hard, but I'm alive. You're all I have to live without my lean years. Oh, oh, oh,
Patrick from Deep River Saints. And would you like to introduce that song one more time?
Yeah, that was called Our Lean Years.
Awesome. So that was off your most recent album, which came out in April, if I'm correct?
Yeah, early April, we kind of decided we were done with it and we could sort of release it. But it was a long process. So we have, Deep River Saints had one album previously, Acts of American Homes, and that was very much, we tried to root that one in acoustic Americana. There are some rock tendencies to it. But this, after that album was finished, I sort of wanted to push it in a new direction, and so this latest one is definitely more adventurous. There's some more rock to it. There's a lot more textures. I think eventually we'll get to hearing one of those songs, and you'll see what I mean. It's way more layered. A good friend of mine, David Ross, produced and engineered it, and he did a lot of crazy guitar stuff on it. That was a lot of fun to hear, the finished product. And so, yeah, we worked on it probably close to a couple of years, and came out, and for posterity. And it's really largely about a bunch of songs about kind of old friends of mine. So it's kind of a very nostalgic record. The cover is very kind of sepia toned, which is fitting because it's all about old memories and stuff. And so there's a lot of different songs. It's like, one song about this specific friend, and another one about a different person. And so, yeah, it's kind of fun to get those out there. I don't know if half of them are aware, but it was fun anyway.
So was this album recorded in Vermont then?
Partially in New Hampshire, partially in Vermont, but definitely good chunks of it done at my house in Underhill, and the rest of it done in Keene, New Hampshire, which is where I was born, and where David Ross still resides. So we kind of split time between those two places.
Great. So, you're making an album. What does that process kind of look like for you in the very beginnings? What were the first steps? Did you kind of have songs going that started forming your album, or?
Yeah, this one actually started. Deep River Saints kind of had a few lineup changes after the first record, and some people moved away. And I thought I was going to be recording a solo album. I thought it was just going to be Patrick Crowley. And so I had a set of songs that were purposely different. And then as we got into the recording process, and it was really, I had demos and I would send them to my friend David. I sent him the demos of the songs, and we started to get an idea of what we would need for instruments. And so we started by recording drums, and then we kind of build up everything over the drums and bass. And so as we got into it, I don't know what changed. I just kind of all of a sudden decided, I was like, you know what, I think this is a Deep River Saints record. It wasn't, I just kind of was thinking about it more and more, and I didn't see a reason. One, I like hiding behind a band name. It's kind of helpful. I don't know that I have the confidence to say the Patrick Crowley Band or whatever. But the Deep River Saints was out there previously with another record, and I figured, they're still singer-songwriter type songs. It's just, it sounds a little different. So it seemed like an evolution. So that's how it became Deep River Saints.
Great. So you're doing pretty much all of the songwriting, the lyrics?
Yeah, this one was interesting. So the songs are mine, but we credited the songs a little differently than I've done in the past, where I think I'm credited with kind of the songwriting, but also David Ross, the producer, is credited with songwriting as well, because he did a lot of arranging. So he would actually be composing parts. There was like a whole string section that was supposed to go in. We didn't find the string players, so he just performed all of the individual parts that he had written on guitar. That's one example of kind of what he was doing. So since he was doing actual composing, he's got songwriting credits in this as well. But largely, yeah, the skeleton of the song and the lyrics were me. But it was a lot of fun to work on them for, good solid 2 years and watch them take shape from just kind of crude, simple songs to what they are on the record.
Great. Well, talking about the new record makes me want to maybe hear a little bit of it. So I think we have a song ready to play from it called City of Fountains. Would you like to introduce that at all for us?
This is probably the oldest song on the album. There's a good portion of the songs written are new, but this one is not new. It's old. An old song I wrote in college that stuck with me, transformed it a little bit for the sake of this record. But starts out slow, but you'll hear halfway through it really kind of unfolds into a different song. It's pretty fun.
Awesome. So this is Deep River Saints, City of Fountains.
So you have to turn your mics down. Yep, turn that on. Bring all the mics down. It may just be quiet on here. There's a monitor volume on top, the top white one. See the white? This one? Yep.
I'll just ride.
Yep, no, sorry. We actually have a monitor volume
To
too.
the top, monument.
We just got a new board, so we're
Getting used to it. I know.
well,
the feeling.
and discovering all the cool things we can do that we couldn't do before. There's a monitor volume. Wow.
She appears with an attitude, bag of books and lonely
I'm
truth.
gonna get a drink.
Go for it.
She made my day when I learned her
This was a
name.
very different experience reviewing coming for the first one.
Split the boss.
What? Oh yeah.
It's weird. It's on a delay in the other room, so
That's weird.
compared to the monitor.
It's switching from college grad to just BS on both sides. You can't pass an intro on both sides of this. Yeah. Try to take Nate's. So
makes a bunch of noise for like half a minute. Ambience.
And so Sophie, turn the monitor off too. So as we will be.
Great, thank you so much. And again, that was Deep River Saints with City of Fountains off their new album, For Prosperity. So Patrick, can you talk a little bit about how this album is sort of like a collection of memories talking about old friends and stuff? I would love to hear you talk a little bit more about where you got your inspiration from for the album.
Yeah, a big part of it was just the simple fact that I haven't seen a lot of my old friends in a long time. You know, people. I'm early 30s. You know, it feels like after college you stay in touch moderately well. You know, you come across people every once in a while, but as the years go on, it happens more and more infrequently, I guess. And so it kind of dawned on me that aside from some of my closest friends, a lot of the people I used to hang around with, as I get into my 30s, I just simply hadn't seen them in a long, long time. And so I had a few songs where it wasn't a conscious thing, but I noticed that all of a sudden I had a handful of songs, let's say like 3 of them, that it all felt like they were about nostalgic subjects, about old friends and being, in your late teens, early 20s or whatever. And I sort of noticed that, and so I kind of followed that vein, and yeah, wound up just kind of. The last album, Acts of American Homes, was very particularly about my family and my childhood, and so as the idea for the For Posterity album developed, it kind of made sense. It's like that next decade, I guess. Each album is a decade. The album about my 30s is going to be really, really boring, so I'll probably just abandon the idea.
So what were some of the biggest challenges that you faced while you were coming up with this new album? Any big obstacles you came across?
It was hard. I have a tough time deciding when my vocal takes are the final product. I have a really tough time listening to my voice back in playbacks. It's just a weird experience for me, so I a lot of times would hear my final vocal takes and just kind of feel like I have no idea whether this is good or not. I'd have to play it for other people and have them say it. It's like, no, Patrick, it's fine. Don't worry about it. So that was a challenge. And then I had, kind of given up an element of control. I had, probably to a fault, way more control on the first album. I played a bunch of extra guitar in my own time and kind of finished the album on my own. And this one, I kind of gave up control to the producer, David Ross, and his role as producer was something I hadn't done before. And so having someone to say, when I would try an idea, having someone say, that's a terrible idea, we should not do that, was a good thing, but was tough at first. It's like, what do you mean? This is my brilliant idea. But I'm glad he was there in the end because, yeah, he talked me out of some really stupid stuff.
So what's up next for you? Do you have any shows you're going to be playing coming up? Or
Not a lot of shows, I will admit. We will get busier. I have had some stuff on the side that has really kept me incredibly busy. I'm becoming a firefighter in Underhill, and so I went through the State Fire Academy, and that took a bunch of time, and I'm probably going to be stepping into EMT training next. So it's something I love to do, the whole first responder thing, but it's kind of, it's taken away some time from the music. But we're playing down in Keene, New Hampshire on August 10th, and that's my hometown, so really gonna put a lot of energy into that show. I'm excited to see if I can get some of these old friends that are maybe in the songs to see our band for the first time since like high school. So that's exciting. But other than that, my personal life has just been way too busy to book a lot. We just played last week at Light Club. I am promoting that after the fact, but it was a fun show. I like playing there, and yeah, we'll be in Burlington. I'm talking to Foam right now about potential dates. I like a lot of the music that Foam Brewers has been doing.
Nice.
They've got some good bands coming in there, so excited to play there.
And do you play with, like, does your full band usually come out for you when you play?
Yeah, we'll play full band. We had 5 people on the stage at Light Club somehow. I don't know how we got 5 people up there, but we did. It was a lot of fun.
All right, so catch the Deep River Saints' newest album, and where can we hear that?
DeepRiverSaints.com is the best place to start.
All right, DeepRiverSaints.com to listen to the newest album. Thank you so much for coming in. I would love to hear one more song.
Sure, this is called Saved by the Asphalt.
One by one we counted stars in the sky all night. Silhouettes cast dark in the sunrise. It's just right. Steady hands held cover in your eyes. Carried far to know how sight will feel when it shows itself at last. We were saved by the asphalt spit of the cold misery. We were led to the structure the gray columns gave us belief. We were saved by the asphalt that hurt our blue sky breathe. And all our old memories reflected upon the sea. But I left my home under the trees, traveling life, writing songs for every girl I meet. In the bars at night, still I don't have guidance from inside. I'll follow your shooting star around when it feels alright to say we were saved by the asphalt spit of the cold misery. We were led to the structure the gray columns gave us relief. We were saved by the asphalt that hurt our blue sky breathe. And all our old memories reflected upon the sea.
That is it.
Thank you so much, Patrick. We're going to be back in 5 with Metamorph.
Thanks.
Is this hot?
Yeah.
That was great.
Thank you. I think it's the light. That was good.
Yeah, it's like aggressively
It's partly
hot
the light,
here.
Yeah, it's a toasty one.
Eats good stuff.
You're wearing a long t-shirt and jeans. Committed to sweating.
I'm actually not terrible if I stay still.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've actually cooled down now that I'm like not moving at all.
Are we playing again right now?
Oh, the automation?
Nope. Finish importing. They want to play 2 songs.
Sweet.
And I will tell you what they are.
Are they the Wave and Daisy Logic?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
You're good. Pro.
I know.
I know. Hire
Just
her.
like me. Hey, I'm Sophie.
Hi, how are you? Curtis?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've met you. How you doing, Curtis?
You are, yeah.
Bob and Margo.
Where do we sit?
Wherever you like, we can move these stools for you. Imagine you want to be able to see Sophie. So
Yeah, over here.
Tiny dog concert.
And a little tiny dry bumblebee.
Wow.
Where'd that
He was out in front.
That's
He
cool.
came in, he never got out, it was nicely dry.
I feel like that matches our decor well.
Yes.
We'll find a good spot.
Oh yeah, would you like to?
I would prefer the red chair.
Oh, absolutely then.
Easier with the little girl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, do you want to,
Over here?
do you want to post up right here, Curtis? Or do you want a stool or a chair? Do you have a preference? Okay, cool. Let's get this on an even surface.
Or I might even just stand.
Yeah, if you want to
Kick it out of
stand
the way and
too, either way. Here, let's get a microphone for you.
I don't need one for the vocals, but apparently the guitar is gonna go into an amp.
Okay, yeah, we can get the amp back, or we can.
Vocal, none of these 2 songs we're gonna do, I don't sing on them.
Okay, cool.
Whatever was happening,
That's a
maybe-
different treat, it's different songs.
And
Yeah,
the
we'll
previous
we'll
band
get
had a
the
lot of
flute
people in the line.
mic'd up real quick.
Could have just been.
Here we go. Alright, and we'll just have this pointed towards you.
Might want to get it a little closer.
Yeah, it's just the aura boxes right here, so it's being it's a little tight quarters. Here we go.
This is pretty good size, actually. Really small closet studio.
Yes, we have Melody,
Oh, Melody.
Metamorph mascot.
Oh, totally adorable. Here, let's get you actually just up on here so we can give a little space for the mic. And you won't be singing, but you'll have the guitar. Do you want to go through the amp, or do you want to just go straight into the board? Do you have a
We can
preference?
go straight on the board. Well, you know, it's just like guitar and not some.
The nice thing about the amp is then you'll be able to hear yourself. If you go straight into the board,
I'll hear the guitar itself though.
Okay, yeah, then you're good.
It will be how I hear it.
There you go.
So as I hear it.
Let's see.
Yeah, sometimes certain amps that come through and it just, you lose the. But really, I'm used to playing through the interface there. And
Oh, okay, I see what you have to. Okay.
I have everything in the computer and all my effects in there.
Do you want to, are you going
Yeah,
to sit
move
up
over.
here?
Yeah,
Or
move over.
however
Move a little
you wanna-
closer.
Yeah.
Want to sit on that one?
Sure.
Or if you'd like that one, we can move them around. It doesn't matter. That one's good.
Yeah, and then we can get this mic up here just for your speaking.
Just the same, huh?
Oh, no.
We want to hear what you have to say. No pressure. No pressure.
Alright, and we'll do a little, if y'all
So we're
want
not
to
gonna use this
quick
one?
mix, we'll,
I don't believe so.
I'll do a little mix behind
We'll
the
get out of the way.
cameras and we can,
Can you just do a little bit of this
Because I'm tight if that was his hands.
I'm not
one? He
ready.
needs to get the
Oh, some, yeah.
levels.
Yeah.
Some balance.
there we go. solid. I just want to move that mic just a little bit. So I can get some food a little bit better. And
Step on me.
A little, I can? No, I try not to.
Pardon me?
Um,
Sounds wonderful though.
Jake, we're moving
Jake, where do you want your? Okay, over here. I'll let you do that, because
Great minds think alike, and so do ours.
There we go. Excellent.
Where's the fan?
I wish I could tell you.
need somebody to laugh. They're just calling me out about this, like, Bob, I need someone to laugh at me. I'm like, okay.
Is this your water bottle?
Gotta stay hydrated, especially when it's 100 degrees in this room.
Can y'all just play one more time? I just want to
Yeah.
double check that everything sounds dandy.
When the vocals talking, blah blah. I got signal there. Yeah. I tend to mumble. What?
I'll turn you up. I'll turn you up for when we're going.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, we're ready whenever.
A mumblebee.
With you.
All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Wait.
Let's do it. You good? You're listening to WOMMLP, streaming out of Burlington. This is 105.9 FM, The Radiator. I'm Sophie, and this is Rocket Shop. Here with me now, I have Metamorph duo Margot Day and Curtis Knight. And very importantly, we have a small little furry animal here. Would you like to introduce her?
This is Melody, the Metamorph mascot. And she likes to come everywhere with us, so here we are.
For anyone who can't see us, it's a very tiny dog.
It's a very tiny
she's
dog.
very cute. Awesome, thank you. So I'd love to hear just a little bit more about the beginnings of Metamorph. How did you guys get started? What are you about?
Well, Metamorph actually began, I was kind of inspired by the healing that I had. I was very sick for a really long time, about 8 years, like extreme chronic pain, pretty much crippled, could hardly walk, could hardly function, could hardly play music, could hardly do anything. And I had what I consider a psychic, medical, metaphysical miracle. And it was partly the medical world and partly a spiritual thing. And out of that healing, I felt like I needed to do something, and I wanted to make music, and I want to make music to inspire other people that may be suffering, that there is hope, and that one can go on. So for me, it was a miracle, and one of the first songs that Metamorph put on their album, The Four Elements, is The Wave, and The Wave was about this miracle, and it's about unity and community and hope, really, mainly about hope.
Great, so with that, I would love to just get started by hearing your music and introducing with that. So that sounds like a perfect intro to listen to The Wave. And then what album was that off of?
The Four Elements.
The Four Elements?
The first album.
Awesome. So with that, let us listen to The Wave by Metamorph.
We're getting there.
We'll be with The Wave in just 30 seconds.
It's all right. This is the wave.
Bring up the automation. Yep.
Sometimes it's a slow wave. No, that's not the wave.
That's some other wave.
That's some other wave.
That's not yours.
No, that's definitely not our wave.
You're back on key
But it was a
Sorry
very
about
pretty
that.
wave. You know, the world is full of beautiful waves, so that's a great thing.
Cheers to whoever it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. There we go.
There you go.
Thanks for bearing with us through that. And then they're gonna do a live one, and then we can close out with one from Ether. Winds of Durga, we're gonna close out on.
Well, first you're gonna do Daisy
But
Live.
yes, we will do that. We will do that first.
First time.
I just like to close out with a song because I like to transition
There we go.
between songs. So
Yeah.
we'll get it all in.
Radio is working fine. We can talk right now.
So are we gonna do 2 live ones or one?
We can do whatever works for you. I had we are gonna do Daisy Logic. You want to do live? Do you want to do another
No,
one?
Daisy Logic we're not doing live.
We're not gonna do?
We have 2 different.
Cool,
We
let's
have
do
2
that.
live songs.
Great.
And then we could do Daisy.
We don't have to.
And we can go out with Daisy Logic too.
We
at
could go
the
out
end.
with Daisy.
Whatever you want to do.
That
Yeah,
would
we
be
can go out
fine.
with the last one.
Let's do that.
Let's do it.
Go out with Daisy.
So
Logic.
Daisy Logic will be off the CD. We're gonna do Chocolate, which is not on anything yet.
Okay.
And Z Time,
And
which
Z
is on
Time,
Ether.
we were going to, which is on the Ether CD.
Sounds
So we can talk about Ether.
But the Daisy Logic one is the one that we have a video for
Cool.
and are pushing, so we like that one. We haven't been going out with
perfect. Let's do that then. That sounds great to me. And do you guys have any like upcoming shows or anything you want me to
Yeah.
mention? Cool. I will ask you that question then.
Yes.
We'll talk about that.
the list.
If I can even remember what they are. And I'd also like to just let people know that the music is available on Spotify,
Definitely.
iTunes, and Bandcamp, and SoundCloud, Amazon, anywhere.
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 Perfect. Okay, I will make sure to get that in.
Josh has been over this one.
Yeah, sweet. Yep. I know you look familiar, I guess. I've seen you at Melissa. Is it Sweet Melissa's? But no.
About 25 cents.
There we go. No? Yeah, it's that dew.
Are we doing C first? We're doing C first.
Whichever you tell me
I'd rather
there.
do C first.
I'll bring this one down.
Synchronized.
Great, so again, that was Metamorph with The Wave off of their past album. How many albums do you have out now?
2 now.
2. So it was their
Yes.
first album, 4 Elements.
Yes.
So you all are a Vermont-based band, am I correct?
Yes, half the year we're in Vermont, half the year we live in Costa Rica.
Very nice.
So we play around down there, play around up here. And it's really the last 2 years that we've been Metamorph has become a thing and going forward and pushing and writing new songs and making it happen again.
So
Yes.
how long have you two known each other? When did you meet?
A long time ago. Yes,
We have 2 grown children, if that
Yeah.
tells you anything.
So a long time ago.
yeah.
More than
Yeah.
half of both our lives.
Yeah. And 20 of those years we've been doing music, on and off, different projects, a full electronic thing we had back in the end of the 90s, and then went off of that into group bands for a couple of different projects.
Sacred, Moss Circle, Ladybug was the name of the projects. And
Yeah.
they were very much Vermont, and some of them, Sacred was created in the, pretty much almost the attic in the dead of winter. And it was loops and samples of nature mixed in with music. And that was kind of the beginning of our electronic world that then turned into, this is sort of like the advanced version of that, Metamorph.
Yes, yeah, full circle, that's where we started.
Because we use a lot of loops and samples and beats now as well.
Definitely. And you mentioned too the nature elements. Is that something that you still draw upon a lot for your Metamorph project?
Not as much as the previous ones where I was really into the sampling and the synthesizer and getting all my own samples.
Maybe not the sounds, but the lyrics, the
yes.
vibe, the
Yes.
feeling, the dreaminess of it, the magic of it, the nature magic of it, the mysticism of it, all drawn from nature.
Yes,
That's how I
conceptually, yeah.
We don't agree on
Sound-wise,
everything.
sound-wise, we really did not use as much, anywhere near as much sound stuff,
Right,
or nature stuff.
but
Yeah.
vibe-wise, we do.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we're in the jungle or in the forest, so we're definitely a nature-based, not city.
So how does it kind of affect you? You're in Costa Rica half the year, Vermont half the year. Those are such different climates. Do you think that kind of like plays into your music at all?
I do, yeah. We're snowbirds and for the last 7 or 8 years, and definitely influenced by international exterior and here and there and blends. And she, as a little girl, traveled the world. I really didn't travel, but loved National Geographic and just this international, all the different ways of doing things, the styles and this and that. So I think from our two different things, we've really come to try and incorporate all that's around us.
And sounds from all over the world.
Yeah.
Global
utilize.
light, international,
Yep.
unity, open to exploration, everything from Aboriginal sounds to like trance and industrial and like a blend. Our
Yeah.
music is a blend. It's a hybrid. It's an alchemy.
Don't really stay in one genre. We really want to
Yeah.
use a little bit of everything that we've experienced or we see to be coming and just incorporate. It's like sort of anything goes, stylistically, musically, and so just keep throwing it in the pot, mixing
Yeah.
it up.
I read the description. I kind of read a few different descriptions of your genre as you self-described. So I would love to kind of hear you self-describe your genre to folks a little more because it was really interesting.
I go with like indie rock, electronic acoustic, and then from that, and from that, then we utilize, I think, as many different styles and genres and sort of decades as possible from from now and the past.
There's even a little bit of folk hidden in there.
Yeah.
So everything
Yeah.
really. It's a
Yeah,
melange.
and primitive or tribal with the kirtans and the chanting
Right,
and
the Hindu. There's
sort
a
of
bit of
simplistic.
Hindu in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice. So your most recent project was your new album,
Ether.
Ether. Very nice. And that's out now, correct?
Yeah, as of November.
As of November.
Yeah, last
Very
year.
nice.
Yep.
So where can I listen to Ether?
Well, let's see. We're everywhere pretty much. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, pretty much all the platforms.
Great. So easy to find. That's always good to know. So with that, I would love to hear you play a song off Ether.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Z Time.
Yeah, go ahead and introduce it.
This is called Z Time. It's one of the earlier songs that was written. It's on the CD.
And this is the unplugged version, which is very, very different
Yes.
for us. But
Yeah, rare.
we thought we would
A first
experiment and do
occasion,
it
but
unplugged.
we're happy to
Try
oblige.
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
So here.
Go for it. Flower
so much. It was great to hear the unplugged version of that.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for
Thank
doing
you.
it. It was very nice. So, you've known each other for a very long time, as you mentioned. So I would love to hear some about what it looks like for you to write a song. It's probably an exciting process.
Well, it kind of goes on and on. Like, it could take like a month of like this weird like gelling of things. I'll be wondering like the words, or I do all the work, most of no, he does half the words. I don't know, it's a mix. And then we squabble about who did what. But anyways, for me, it feels like it comes out of the ether or the akasha or the collective consciousness or something like that. It just sort of comes, and it can come in little pieces, or it can come suddenly in a glump, and the glump then still has to be arranged with the little pieces, and that's how the process is for my side of it. He has kind of a different process.
It's a battleground.
Yeah.
Usually, I think we're very, I think, day and night, contrary, yin and yang. Hence the names in ourselves and our forms as we are here. So it's always fun, but it's definitely
Intensity. It's very
Yeah.
intense. It's romantic
Yes.
and intense.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. High tension. So, and you for this last stuff here now is work on drums, find chords, arrange, and then the words come in, and we sit down together and start merging together and finalize.
And then it usually feels glorious. There's like a
Yeah.
point where it meshes, and it's just like
Starts
the
falling
happiest
together.
moment of all. And then the melody just keeps going through my head all night long, and it's joyous. There's a moment where it's joyous. Like, it isn't always joyous. It's definitely not always joyous. There's a certain element of suffering and push and pull and
work.
ickiness and strength and suffering, all the rest of it.
Yes.
But then there's this joyous point too, where the creative thing gels, and it's like magic.
And she's the master melody maker. I can do words, or I say arrange chords, this and that. I do not get that melody magic in my head at all. I can walk around and sing other stuff, but she's really I think the glue that brings all of it together and solidifies it. So
I feel like he's the glue that brings it together.
well, there we go. I bring her something. She details out and finites it. Yeah, which I think
And then
sometimes
he
submitting to
supports
that
it
is the
and
hard
gives
part.
it strength and foundation.
So how long has Ether been in the works? It came out in November.
I would say it was about a year from starting the first songs, getting that ironed out, the songs all along, to actually in the studio recording the vocals and mixing it down and pressing it.
I also want to share with you that it's not just the songs and the music, that the videos actually come out of this process as well, and that we have music videos on YouTube that are actually doing really well with lots of views and likes. And for me, that's a huge part of our Metamorph creative process, is the visual and capturing the visual in the video. And there's The Wave, there's Fire Monkey, and there's Daisy Logic that are all on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I also hear that you do a lot of touring and you have a lot of shows. Is there anywhere in the area that we could come hear you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's try to make the list make sense. Okay, this Saturday we're in Bradford, Vermont at the Summer Street Series.
Yeah.
With Jen Grossi and Dawn Sinclair started this Summer Street Vermont thing. That's awesome. And Saturday night we're opening it. And then the next weekend we're in Boston at the Hard Rock Cafe on Friday night. Saturday night at the Wilson Castle in Proctor, Vermont, for a fundraiser for the castle. And then we're doing the Make Music Vermont in Bradford. Then we take a moment to try to solidify some of the songs for the next album, and then we go to New York City for a couple of music festivals.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you're doing the unplugged version for us tonight. What is it, what could I expect to see if I saw you do a full set?
Wow, that's interesting. I like to stand up when I sing.
Yeah.
I
We
like
both
to
stand
dance
up.
when I sing because that's really fun for me.
High energy.
It's super high energy.
Exotic
super
drums,
intense.
complicated beats.
Yeah, the electronics are really powerful. And
Synthesizers, but not heavy carried away. And yeah.
And we put on a really lively show. It's
Yeah.
great. It's
And
fun.
then,
And sometimes people dance, and it's just, and we hope that it inspires people to really let go and really live.
Well, with that, talking about live shows, would you like to do another live song for us here in the studio?
Okay, this is brand new.
All right.
It's called I Love You More Than Chocolate.
Sure.
And it's definitely not, we usually do it electronic, as we said, so yes,
Well, all our
unplugged.
songs always.
So bear with us. And the song is inspired from the chocolate in Costa Rica, where they have cacao trees growing, and it's all about the chocolate down there, as well as the ocean and all these other things, but the chocolate is like, it's medicine as well as joyous for people. And then also in I Love You More Than Chocolate, I honor the goddess of chocolate, Ishkakao. It's a Mayan goddess.
Oh. I was originally inspired, silly enough, years ago, and our younger daughter said, "Mommy, I love you more than summer," which, you know, being a
Vermont,
Vermont
that's a
kid
big
there
deal.
and going through the winter to get to summer, so it's always stood out in my mind as this really funny thing. So as it came to be there in the chocolate song, it was I love you more than chocolate. Yes. So here we go.
All right, let's hear it.
Right? There's a hole in reality, we can dream for free. A future full of sunsets, an ocean full of wishes, a chalice full of chocolate, a dream
chocolate.
Great, thank you so much. So that was I Love You More Than Chocolate.
Yep, and we're putting it on the new album that we have in the process of making.
Beautiful, thank you so much. So
Thank you.
again, we have their most recent album out now. It's called Ether, which came out in November, which you can listen to virtually anywhere you can think of that you might listen to an album.
True.
SoundCloud, Bandcamp.
Spotify, iTunes, Amazon.
And the CD's online,
Metamorph,
available
and
for sale online.
Margot
and
and
listening.
Chris, or Google Metamorph Day, Metamorph Night, Metamorph Ether. Yeah, easy.
Great, and you all have a website too, I believe.
Yeah,
so-
margotday.com. Margot
And then-
with a T, MARGOTDAY.com.
I'd love to hear too, so we were talking about your music videos. I would love to hear just a little bit more on that. Do you produce those yourselves, or do you work with someone else to create them?
No, I produce them usually, and it's all inspired still by what Curtis contributes and whatever the filmmaker brings in. We work with Jeff Cooper this summer,
Yeah.
and Victoria Zolnowski, and I try to find really talented people to work with, and then they inspire me, and that helps the whole thing come together.
And there was a editor. It was, yeah, we didn't make it ourselves.
Well, I don't
But
edit
we
it, we
definitely,
produce it.
yeah, we had the editor. But the storyboard, the this and that, the footage, the locations, most of that she guided, we guided.
And do you film around Vermont at all?
We did, yep, out in Craftsbury, here in Burlington, inside.
Daisy Logic was filmed in Vermont,
Yep, and over in,
and a tiny bit in Guatemala.
true, a tiny bit in
Well,
Guatemala. Yep, and over in, where's Tori at?
Walden.
Walden.
Walden, Vermont,
Yep,
and the Northeast Kingdom.
yep,
So all over.
yeah, yeah,
Vermont, Guatemala.
yeah.
Yeah, and the wave was Costa Rica, Australia, and California with both our daughters in it as well. And a 102-year-old dancer friend of the family who's amazing. And seriously, I really did say that, a 102-year-old dancer.
That is amazing. I will definitely be sure to check that out. Great. So, listen to the album. We
Please.
got definitely listen to the album. Go see them in upcoming shows. Most upcoming. Phrase
Yeah.
not right. The next show, in other words, will be on Saturday.
Saturday in Bradford, Summer Street Music Festival.
Perfect. So go see them there. Thank you guys so much for coming in. It was such a pleasure to have you. I think we're going to close out with Daisy Logic, and we were just talking about that music video. So if you like Daisy Logic, definitely check out the video for the full experience.
Which, by the way, is summarized, I mean, Daisy Logic's a really good example of the push and the pull, and the give and the take, and then he loves me not, kind of
Yes.
how our relationship feeds
Yes.
the music, and the music feeds our relationship.
Yes.
Awesome. Sounds like a perfect way to end the night. Thank you guys so much. It was fun. Can't wait to keep listening to your music.
Thank
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, super. Wow, 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 wow. Yay! That wasn't so bad, see?
Double click that time.
That could be bad. One or two if I was the cable. Time flies when you're having fun.
Nice. Thank you.
Thank you. It was wonderful to meet you.
Wonderful.
So that's something that like you can go back tomorrow and watch the. You guys have a clip there, or
Yeah,
is
on
it
YouTube.
Pod? Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah.
I think you're the you had it on Facebook Live, right? Yep. It'll be on Facebook.
I don't do that yet. Maybe never. But YouTube, I definitely do.
I
Unless I have to sign in.